But we have the probables that we're going to start with. And so we have Christian McCaffrey, probable. He had an oblique and he came back into the game, which should tell you it isn't super serious. But he went back after coming back in. So he went back out after coming back in. The oblique injury is going to be a little dicey, and it's going to be weird movements that bother it. So it's going to be like the weird cutting, which he has to do. So I think he's probable. He just might have limited touches. And if he plays the game, he might have be like, oh, I felt it again. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play the whole game, but I think he plays. So that's probable with like a limitation tag.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta save him for the playoffs. Like you can't.
but for as far as fantasy wise, you have to start him.
Oh yeah.
You have to start him. He might just get you a touchdown. Now, if he gets 7 touches for 24 yards and a touchdown, you can't be mad.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Aaron Jones had the bye week to rest. He's had that hammy that's been nagging. He should be good to go. Should be 80-90%. There is still like 15-20% chance of kind of re-injuring it as it goes, but that's kind of the business that you're in. And he had a whole bye week off, so one would think he's at least going to be ramping it up. You should be monitoring by practice how much he's ramping up. If he's staying off, he's going on. So he'll kind of be a practice watcher, but he's probable to at least play. He might still be on a little pitch count. Debo hurt his AC joint, which is the top of the shoulder. That's what Devontae Adams had, and he's just kind of been getting injections and playing through it. I'm assuming he's playing with it. Normally that means you're getting a painkiller injection because it hurts, but it's not gonna it's hard to kind of make it worse. Other than if you make it worse, you would have been hurt regardless. Does that make sense? Jahmyr Gibbs should be playing. He's going to be another monitor through. Again, hamstring, monitor the progression of how much he's getting in practice. But with Montgomery out, they need him to play a little bit more. But so I don't think he's going to be a bell cow by any means, but he should get kind of his 10 to 15 touches, however that may be. But I think he's going to play. He just might be limited still with it. And then the last one is Kyren Williams. He sprained it early on in the game and then got it taped up and kept playing. So he returned to the game, and then when it got out of hand, he left. They did like a bunch of weird elevate to practice squad, signed a real roster, do this, do that. They made a lot of running back decisions. So that kind of tells me this might be a little bit more serious than they're letting on. But he did tape it up and go back in the game. And if it's a low ankle sprain, you can kind of do that. I think he's going to play, but he also, as with 4 of the people on this, would probably be on a pitch count just because he's like their guy. He's a young guy at Notre Dame. He was a stud in college. I remember I know the name. I don't really even watch a lot of college football, but I know the name from him being a stud. He was a dude over there at Notre Dame. So I think they look at him as the kind of the future bell cow. This is what's going on. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it played safe, but I think he's all the reports of a low ankle sprain. He should be probable. That should be a thing.
Got it.
I would be very surprised. He'd be one to monitor. I would be surprised if he didn't play. At worst, he's missing a week and should be coming back.